When I adjusted the shoulder straps of the suspender in the mirror, my fingertips touched the fresh red marks on my collarbone. The woman in the mirror was blushing, her eyelashes were still stained with fine beads of sweat, and a deep laugh came from behind, soft waist, like this. The warm palms suddenly covered my waist, with the smell of mint perfume. I froze all over, subconsciously trying to hide, but I was gently pressed. "Don't be afraid." Shen Yi's voice clung to his ear, and he breathed warmly, just correcting the movement. "He is my dance teacher, the substitute teacher for the adult jazz class I signed up for. 3 months ago, I learned to dance at the encouragement of my boyfriend, Chen Joshu. We have been together for 5 years, from college campus to workplace cohabitation, and our relationship is like warm boiled water. It is too good to choose wrong, but it is also too light." Chen Joshu is an architectural designer. He always wears thin-rimmed glasses and speaks softly. He will remember that I don't eat onion and ginger, but forget the last time I watched a movie with me. "That's it for today." Shen Yi released his hand and stepped back to steps, turning his jazz hat at the tip of his fingertips. "I will perform next week. Remember to wear today's champagne-colored dance dress." I looked down at the sequins on the skirt, and remembered Chen Joshu's warning when I went out in the morning. In the evening, I stewed soup and came back early. She felt a sudden sense of guilt and hurriedly packed her things. "Thank you, Teacher Shen. I'll be leaving now." As I walked out of the dance studio, the evening breeze carried the enthusiasm of early summer. Chen Joshu's WeChat message popped up on my phone. "The soup is warming in the casserole. I'm changing the picture. Waiting for you." I stood under the streetlight, looking at the familiar avatar in the message board, the photo we took at the beach last year. He put his arm around my shoulder and smiled softly. His fingers hung on the screen, unable to reply. Shen Yi's figure suddenly appeared behind him. "Didn't drive? I'll send you." His black sedan was parked on the side of the road, and the lights flickered so much that I couldn't open my eyes. The words of refusal came to my lips, but were blocked by his movement to pull the door open. "On the way," he said with a smile, his eyes flashing slyly. Lazy jazz music was playing in the car, and Shen Yi's fingers tapped the beat lightly on the steering wheel. "You have a good relationship with your boyfriend?" he suddenly asked. I clenched the strap tightly, and the bag still contained the hand cream that Chen Joshu bought me yesterday. "Why does he never send you to class?" He turned his head and the street lamp cast different shades on his face. "I have seen many couples, no matter how busy they are, they will find time to accompany each other to do what they like." I opened my mouth, wanting to say that Chen Joshu was just too busy, but suddenly remembered that I had a fever last week, and he was also in the company until late at night, and when I came back, I was already burnt out and lethargic. The grievances in my heart surged like a tide, and those ignored details and unshared emotions suddenly became clear under Shen Yi's gaze. When the car stopped downstairs in the community, Shen Yi handed me a bottle of ice water. To relieve the heat, the moment my fingertips touched, I retracted my hand like I was scalded. He laughed softly. "What are you afraid of? I won't eat you again." I got out of the car as if I were fleeing, and when I turned around, he suddenly said, "I hope you will be the most eye-catching when you perform next week." When I got home, Chen Joshu was still changing pictures in his study. The casserole was on the dining table, and the soup was still steaming. "Back?" He poked his head out, pushed his glasses, and said, "Drink the soup quickly, put red dates and wolfberry." I sat at the dining table, drinking the warm soup, but I couldn't taste anything. Chen Joshu came over and reached out to touch my forehead. "What's wrong? Your face is not very good." His palms were warm and dry, the temperature I have been familiar with for 5 years, but I subconsciously tilted my head. His hands froze in midair, a hint of doubt flashed in his eyes, but he didn't ask much, just said softly, "If you are tired, rest early, and I will come after I change the picture." That night, I lay in bed with my eyes open until dawn. Chen Joshu next to me was breathing evenly and sleeping deeply. I looked at his side face, and my heart was filled with guilt, but I couldn't help but think of Shen Yi's eyes in the dance room, the temperature of his fingertips, and the jazz in the car. Desire was like a vine, entangled silently, making me unable to breathe. The next week, I began to look forward to every dance class. Shen Yi would always leave me alone to guide after class. His approach was vague, and his fingertips occasionally brushed my arms, waist, and abdomen. Every touch made my heart beat faster. "This is not right." He stood behind me, holding my arms with both hands, adjusting my posture. "Open your shoulders a little more, be confident." his breath fell on my neck, and I could smell the faint mint fragrance on his body, which was completely different from Chen Joshu's usual woody fragrance. Teacher Shen, this is not good, I whispered, but didn't push him away. What's wrong? He chuckled. I just want you to dance better. On the way home from class, Shen Yi sent me a WeChat message. Bring a pair of red dance shoes tomorrow, it will match your dance dress very well. I read the message and hesitated for a long time, but still replied okay. Chen Joshu came back from overtime in the evening, holding a gift box in his hand. For you, it was the perfume I had been talking about for a long time, with a wooden tone, which was very similar to his smell. Thank you. I took the gift box, even more guilty. You perform next week. I will ask for leave to watch it, he said with a smile, his eyes full of expectation. No need, it's just a small performance. I hurriedly refused, for fear that he would see my interaction with Shen Yi on the spot. Why? He was stunned. Didn't you really want me to see every event of yours before? I avoided his gaze and made an excuse. There are too many people, I will be nervous. He was silent for a while, then softly and didn't ask any more questions, but the light in his eyes dimmed. The next day in class, Shen Yi saw the red dancing shoes on my feet, and his eyes lit up. It's so beautiful. He came over, squatted down, helped me tie my shoelaces, and his fingertips inadvertently ran across my ankles. There's a friend's party tonight, let's go together? He looked up at me with temptation in his eyes. I'm not going, I'm going home. I stood up, my heart beating hard. Afraid of my boyfriend getting angry, he raised his eyebrows. Or do you really want to indulge? His words were like a needle, piercing my disguised calm. I remembered Chen Joshu's growing silence, the days and nights that were ignored, the freshness and excitement that Shen Yi brought. Okay, I heard myself say. The party was in a private club, the lights were dim and the music was loud. Shen Yi handed me a cocktail, and I took a sip, the spicy liquid slipping down my throat, emboldened. He pulled me to dance, his hands tightly around my waist on the dance floor, his body close to mine. You know what? The first time I saw you, I wanted to hug you like this, he said in my ear. I was dizzy, not sure if it was the effect of alcohol or his words. We kissed in the crowd, and his kiss was aggressive, very different from Chen Joshu's gentle kiss. At that moment, I put all my guilt behind me and indulged in this short-lived pleasure. In the early morning, Shen Yi sent me home. Downstairs in the community, he put his arms around me and pressed my forehead. I don't want to let you go. I should go back. I pushed him away, my heart full of panic. I will wait for you after the performance is over tomorrow. He looked at me with firm eyes. I ran upstairs as if to flee, and when I opened the door, the light in the living room was still on. Chen Joshu was sitting on the sofa with a cold cup of coffee in front of him. Where have you been? His voice was calm, but with a hint of imperceptible tremor. Colleagues are having dinner, it's too late to play. I lied and didn't dare to look him in the eyes. Dinner? He stood up and walked to me. What is this? He was holding a tissue in his hand with a red lipstick print on it. It was left by Shen Yi when he wiped the corners of my mouth at the party, and I forgot to wipe it off. My face turned pale in an instant, and I couldn't say a word. Where the hell have you been? His voice rose a little, his eyes full of disappointment and pain. You have a strange perfume smell on you, not the bottle I bought you.